Hello, my name is Morgan Solberg, and today I am talking about my business that I've created for the BYU-Idaho Business 210 class. The business that I developed is titled KAERE, and it is a home alterations business. The name comes from a Danish word that means dear and sounds just like the English word care. As a home alterations business, I'm hoping that this name helps to invoke feelings of dearness and care for the clothing that we all have. Why an alterations business? My major is called FCS Apparel Entrepreneurship, and it's a blend of business and fashion. Throughout my time at BYU-Idaho, I have learned different techniques on how to properly care for clothing and to also make simple alterations to make them fit better. With this business, I'm hoping to use the skills that I have learned to help benefit the community around me by helping people to have more well-fitted clothing. Well-fitted clothing looks more professional and can be a lot more flattering than ill-fitting clothing. Having well-fitted clothing and clothing that changes with you also helps the consumer to save money in the long run by reusing the clothing that they already have. My business is a direct service business to my customers. I find customers through advertising. They reach out to me and they have certain garments that need just simple alterations to them. I then alter that existing clothing and return the garment to them. For this process, I actually use a double transaction method. I first have the customer pay half of what the total transaction will be before I make the alterations. And then once I give them the finished alterations, they pay me the rest of the money that is still owed. This helps to ensure that I do get paid for my services and that the customer is happy with what has been done. This business has no startup costs, as I'm just using existing equipment that I already have, such as my sewing machine and various needles and threads that I have. My target audience is just people in my direct area. I currently live in Rexburg, Idaho, and I actually just advertised to my ward members that are around me. I created this graphic with just some basic alterations and different pricings. I based these pricings off of comparable businesses in the area and in the surrounding states. I actually posted this on my Facebook page to my ward and just used that as my form of advertising the company. This is just a sample photos of the different services that I offer. I have a Singer heavy duty machine to do some machine stitching on any of the garments that need altering. And I also do hand sewing for the more delicate. Throughout this semester, I kept track of what week it was that I was running the business and how many customers I had. I actually only had 3 total customers this semester, and they were all for hemming services, which are $15 per pair of pants or per pair of trousers. So that's a total of $45 earned. In the first 2 weeks of opening the business, I didn't have anyone reach out to me, and I didn't want to inundate my Facebook page with the services, so I would only infrequently advertise. I would also just talk person to person with people in my ward. By week 3, I had 2 different people reach out to me with an interest in services, and I completed those. And then again in week 5, I had another person reach out to me, totaling the total of $45 earned in the semester. Different reasons that I think impacted the business this semester were obviously the COVID-19 pandemic. That people are going out less often, so there is less of a need for these alterations. With people working from home, they can just wear, their most comfortable clothing. They don't need to have tailored clothing for the office. There's also decreased interest in in-person meetings and fittings. For my services, I would actually have to go to the person's place that they lived or anywhere that they are comfortable, take their measurements, and make sure that they are happy with the assumed alterations that we would be doing. Here are some sample photos of different services that I performed. These are 2 different examples of trousers that I fitted. The before photos are on the left and the after photos are on the right. For both of these services, it was a simple hem, and that I would just pick up the hem, redo the hemline, and make sure that they were nicely pressed. For these, I consulted the customer on how high they wanted it. For some future growth and change, I would really consider offering bundle deals for multiple services just to encourage customers to think about different alterations that they may have that they need to have done. I would also extend services to be online. This would open up chances for new customers. For this, I would have to take into account shipping costs and how I would either have the customer pay shipping or if I would do that myself. With more time, I would also offer more advanced alterations like for wedding gowns or suits, and eventually even offer custom garments. I think that this is a great business that investors should consider when they are looking for businesses to invest in, as it is a very specialized skill. And I think supporting small businesses with specialized skills is very important. It's also a great way to take care of the planet with less purchasing of fast fashion and taking better care of the garments that we already own. Thank you.